Yes, everybody. Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. I've got my headphones on like this because I'm waiting on a delivery, so I might have to pop out. Wait for the postman. My life won't be worth living if I miss the postman. Hope everybody's safe and well. It's lovely Friday. Well, it's crisp, but it's sunny, and we're undefeated in Europe. We haven't conceded in Europe so far this season. What a fantastic game it was yesterday. Oh, the light show and the fire and the bubbles and the goals and oh, what a great day. What a great game it was. Well, it was the second half was a lot better. We're going to go through some of that stuff actually. David Moyes gave his post-match press conference, and we'll go through that in a tick. But yeah, we're still on our European vacation, still doing well. And long may it continue. I saw this on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. What are West Ham? Okay, not bad, adequate, or massive? We are massive. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. I believe Anton will be hit back later with the Spurs press conference sort of information later on today. I believe he's got the rating show as well with Matt today as well. And then tomorrow it's the preview for the Spurs game. And on Sunday it's the build-up, the watch-along, and then me from the Supporters Club after the game as well. I even made an appearance on the highlight show yesterday. Who knows who turns up with these things? Anyway, let's see what we got in the chat. Quick hello, check on Chef. What a result last night. Rolling Sunday, buzzing to get up there. We're officially massive. Right, it's Friday, so back to the grind. Good afternoon, Father Snowman. Good afternoon, James. I met James. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure to meet James. So, and his son. So, yeah. Right at the end, literally, I just finished with Anton and he was like, Russ, oh! So not too salty, I hope. Lukey, hope you're well, my friend. Afternoon, ladies. What a result. Blue and easiest European, isn't it? It is. Anyone know what the furthest Moyes has gone in Europe? Is this new ground for him? He would have got, I wonder how far he got with Everton. I don't know. Didn't he get to the Champions League? Everton? He must be in Europa as well. We can check. Good afternoon, Scott. We are massive. Cross Hammers. I'm very well. Hope you're well too, my friend. We all know Yarmolenko, not Premiership, but quality. Oh, do you know what? Fair play to him yesterday. Really, really creative. Lots of flicks. You know, he looks really full of confidence. Maybe European football is his league. He's, you know, maybe that's his standard. Maybe that's why he scores so many bloody goals for Ukraine. Ladders, good afternoon to you. Jordan, good day. Frank, happy Hammer Friday indeed. Simon's here on time. That's good. Rob, hope you're well. Russ, Scott and I want to meet you in person. Must be after the game. Maybe I can spare 5 minutes. Very busy man. Very busy man. Anyway, as I said, David Moyes gave his press conference immediately after the game, and there's some really cool things I just wanted to go through really because it was a really interesting press conference. Some of the things that was said. Let me just take off the where is it? There we go. So, you know, fair enough. It was a relatively slow start. And Moyes said of it, particularly the first half, I thought we played well with the ball again. Maybe we just didn't finish the opportunities we had. But I also thought we were a threat as well in the counter-attack. I thought we got our reward, and it was a good time to score just before the break. And the goals in the second half saw the game out for us. There were lots of good things about how the team played. But arguably, obviously, we maybe came out the blocks a bit too slow. In my opinion, I think Genk really were fired up by the looks of it, and we mentioned that in the highlights show. On winning the Europa League, someone asked him a question. He said, "No, I'm keeping relatively calm because we've got to go to Genk away and Vienna away. I'm not going to take anything for granted. I said I want to be in Europe after Christmas. That's my plan for this year. We need another couple of points to qualify, not to win the group, but if we can get that, it'd be a great start. The players have done a brilliant job. They really have. We've not won any of them easily. They've all been tough. The games have been close, even though we've been the better team in all three of the games. We've got to keep working to get those extra points to make sure we qualify." And on the adapting to Europe and how sort of we've relatively taken it like a duck to water, to be honest, he said, I expect to win games as a manager of West Ham, and the players I've got into the games with that attitude. But because we're new to it, there are new surroundings, new referees, teams we don't know, players we're not aware of, strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes we can go in not as prepared as we'd like to be. So I'm really pleased with the way the players have gone about their work. The reason to be in Europe for the away games. We are looking forward to going abroad. We had a great time in Zagreb, and now we go to Genk and Vienna for the next couple of games. When you're in Europe, that's part of it. How you play away from home, how you handle the situation and the crowds. I hope we can take our Premier League away form into the European games in the next couple of games. And obviously, a good sort of the last two games. Obviously, set pieces are coming back into our into our repertoire, and obviously 2 yesterday. And Moyes, he thinks that may be more effective in European football set pieces. The Premier League has got a lot stronger defenders and attackers who can defend set pieces. Up until Everton, I'm not sure we had scored this season for set piece. That's true, we hadn't. So it is not as if we were doing it every game, but thankfully we got the winning goal at Everton and tonight as well. Craig Dawson is excellent. Issa Diop got a goal tonight from it as well. Our centre halves are the players on top scoring goals at the moment, so I'm happy with that, and long may it continue. And lastly, he's spoken specifically about, obviously, Dan Chester's got a nice 7-minute game cameo yesterday. Lovely to see. We all have a youngster on the academy coming on, and he was asked of Dan Chester's and the qualities he has, and he has speed. He has trained well with the first team last week when we were in the international break, and he's been quite impressive. We were a bit short of attacking players today, so it gave us a chance to get a couple of youngsters on the bench. Dan has been doing well. And when he came on, he showed his endeavour to stop them a couple of times. I'm really pleased for him. It's always a good moment when you give a young player his debut, and I'm sure it was a big moment for his family, and it certainly was. Absolutely was. Where's my... where have I gone? Sorry, I've disappeared. It certainly was a great moment. I love to see... We all have an academy player coming on. I think it was a 970 something, 74th, 75th player we've had in our history from 1900s who has played for West Ham. So almost only number 25 for the 1,000. And it's also rapidly approaching Moyes' 1,000th game in charge of a top flight team. Or a professional side. Who we got here? Let's have a look. 2 up, 2 down. Hope you're well. Just need to get your autograph. I do 5x7s and just sand them out. Yarn was brilliant when he joined them, got that ankle injury. Yep, indeed. And I think that sort of hampered his time at West Ham, but he seemed to be on it yesterday, and fair play, him and Johnson. And I thought Lanzini, they linked up really well. And it may be true what Anton said about Souček. That's the one thing I was like, maybe he should have had time off. Maybe he should have come off, been subbed off. But maybe he's just one of those players who has to keep playing, who has to keep active. If he rests, that's when things happen, And but it was great. Obviously, Antonio got a rest, and obviously Cresswell got a little bit of rest, and Declan got a bit of rest, and it was. I just thought it was a very professional performance. Very professional. I think they handled Big Paul up front very well. I think Dawson, it was an absolute masterclass, really, because he's a very awkward, very similar to Antonio, but obviously a lot taller, very physically awkward in terms of you can't really shove him off the ball. But I thought Dawson was excellent last night. Lee, good afternoon. I saw this and I thought of you, Lee. I've already put it up before, but you might have just missed it. Where is it? From Jeremy Clarkson. What are West Ham? Go on, Lee. What are we? You'll tell us. You know what we are. We know what we are. Hope everyone enjoyed the light show, the fire. I love all that. The fire and chasing status and all that sort of atmospheric music. Oh, it got me buzzing. Afternoon, Oz. Hope you're well. Cross Hammers. Hope you're well. Jordan Chester's is class. He really is, and it's good to see. It's good to see him getting some minutes, definitely. Gaz, I hope you're well. If Dawson is our fourth choice centre back, that is better than some of the top 4. I agree. I think Craig Dawson is an absolute. Well, he epitomises this team. He epitomises the sort of the professionalism of this squad at the moment. And the togetherness, you could see it. Also, when Dan was coming on, he was stripped off about a good 5 so minutes before he came on, and you saw the play like the bench were jeering him up. Kevin Nolan was getting going. Moyes was having his arm around him. There's a real. We're on honestly, I'm getting goosebumps thinking of it. It's a really special time to be a West Ham fan at the moment. It's a very special atmosphere, one that I don't think I've ever seen. in my time supporting or working at the club. And so long may it continue. Right. I think I'm going to just leave for 2 seconds. I believe our postman's just turned up. So I'll be 2 seconds. I'm very, very sorry. If I don't get this, Mrs. Bunn's going to bloody kill me. So 2 seconds. And we can survive. We're alive for another day. We are alive for another day. Right, anyway, they're desperate for Vlasic to get a goal. Thoughts on Vlasic? Thoughts on Vlasic? I tell you, I got a parcel. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. I haven't ordered nothing, so I don't know what it is. Someone sent me something. Ooh. What do you think on Vlasic? I thought he was trying really hard. Oh, I'm going to show you these in a minute. That's really cool. Staying positive about it. I am too. I think Vlasic, right? My thoughts on Vlasic. We gave Benny lots of time. Lots of time. Little cameos here. And people said, give him time. But yeah, Fat Boy, James Fever, he was always very much him and his band, hitting the bandwagon. And we've got a great player now. So for me, I think there's no difference. I think Vlasic yesterday showed glimpses, real glimpses, I thought. Was bricking it, especially when they scored, but was less nervous when we got that goal just for half time and felt more confident we'd score again. I totally agree. Everyone's talking to themselves. Jordan was impressed with Vlasic. Vlasic slowly getting better than Benny Boy. Ooh. Controversial. Shut up. That's the dog now, because she's seen a postman. She's going to be proper on it now. We are massive, Russell. We are. Vlasic looked better. Diop had a good game. And we get set play. Exactly, we're getting them. And that's the main thing. We are a reasonable sized top flight club with a large fan base and currently a good team. Shall I get my coat? Indeed. Just got on. Is Russ taking the poo? No, I was Mrs. Bummed, because nowadays you don't have to go to the post office. You can book the postman to turn up and pick your parcels up. And she's out with Flo. And so she was like, it's going to turn up about 12. But it literally turned about, I knew it was going to turn up as soon as I started the bloody show. Who ordered Russ a strippogram? I wish. Russ has gone to look for his minge. Now, my minge is always at hand. Always at hand. Surprised that we're only 46,000. I believe there was nearly 50 at the first game. Don't forget there was a lot more segregation as well. A lot more segregation between the away fans and the home fans as well. So that would have taken some impact. And it was on BT, wasn't it, as well? So that might have stopped it. Yeah, I don't really see it as much of an issue, to be honest. I think, Zagreb, notoriously Zagreb got a bunch of quite tasty fans as well. So I'd be surprised. I reckon it'll be around the same, because I think a lot of people won't take their kids for that exact reason, in my opinion. Especially how the opinion or amazing it differs, especially on Twitter. I think we'll come good like Benny. I agree. I like Vlasic, one of them attackers that just needs a goal. Do you know what? Fair play. I just think so, yeah. I made a marked improvement against Genk compared to Vienna. He wasn't in his natural position either. Vlasic will come good. Look at the other team signings. I'm effing loving our team. We all are. Still buzzing from last night. Bring on Spurs. Bring on Spurs. Big week, innit? It's a big week. Yes, they started a big week. A big 6 days, really, isn't it? Because I think, if we, obviously beat let's say from Everton. Okay, big 10 days. Everton, we won. Say we obviously won last night. Say we beat Spurs. And say we beat City in the Cup. It's more than possible we can beat anyone, our team, and City won't be at the races because they'll be their second string side, arguably. So, would it be nice to win a cup this year? Fucking hell. I know we say it every year, but anyway. I don't understand the offside calls these days. If it's offside, I was like, why wait for the passage to play to it? I don't know, man. I really don't get it, man. I don't get it. Half term is next week, so why the schools are closed? I know, bloody teacher training days. Can't go Spurs. Sing louder for me, lads and lasses. We will. Right, so this is from a company called, I don't know if you see it on Twitter, Mini Soccer Builds. And this dude does 3D printing. So I asked... He sent me something. So anyway, let's have a look. He sent me two. So we'll raffle one up for the So what's that? I don't understand how that works. Oh no, he hasn't. I know what he sent me. Oh, okay. It's like, okay, I know what he sent me. So basically, what he does is, if he's 3D printed, he 3D prints. These are all 3D. Oh, he sent me loads. He sent me 4. Okay. Oh, he sent me 2 sets. So I don't know how these work, but yeah, basically the turrets, the old turrets. So they're 3D printed, and obviously you glue the top bit on. They're 3D printed. So he's got the turrets, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some signed by ex-players when we're out and about doing the shows and stuff. And we'll raffle them for the Irons food banks. They're cool little things. And basic, so they're like turrets, I think you glue the top on, so they're easy to transport like that. And they're pretty cool, aren't they? To put on your desk or whatever, or put on a shelf somewhere. And we're currently working on him to get the whole bowling ground 3D printed, which would be awesome. So I know I've got where's my Lego? I've got my Lego over there of the bowling stand, which is at stadium, which is quite good. But I think they're really cool little thing. And check him out. So he's on Twitter, Mini Soccer Builds. He's really bloody busy because everyone loves, it's a bit better than Lego, really. It's like a proper thing. Anyway, that's what I quite like him. And so yeah, he's going to send me. So we'll do some stuff with that. And then, as I said, we'll get them signed. Me and Stel going to. And actually, if anyone else is in the Barking area, the beginning of next month. I've just seen Lego. It's not Lego. You're right. Barking. We're at the Maudeville Promotions 1980 celebration evening with Parksy, and so we'll get Sir Trevor and hopefully Dev and Crossy and Parksy and Pikey and Tony Grau to sign a couple of them, and then we'll raffle them off for the Irons food banks. I think that'd be quite a nice idea. Very, very good. What we got here? Isn't Lego? Oh, it's not Lego. Was it Blocks? Came down Lane. Surprised you and Flo didn't feature in there. I didn't even know it could be featured in there. I didn't know then. Don't know. Oh, maybe we'll do our own limited edition run of jigsaws of me and Flo, and we'll do the donations. I didn't know. Okay, well, apparently I could have been, but I didn't know. Hope you're Len. Hope you're my friend. Lunch today: Greg's ham salad. Baguette, Greg's sausage roll, pepperoni, M&S reduced fat, and sort of a chiller crisps, and a bottle of Lucasade for the meal deal. Loving the meal deal. No, I'm well impressed with them. I'm really impressed with those 3D prints because it's a new. I never really understand how it all works, but that's really cool, and I think that would look really nice. As I said, on that would look quite nice. The old turrets on my. I'm gonna basically put some stuff behind there. And little things like that. If I get them signed with, whoever I see, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, well done, Mini Soccer Builds, MSB. Check them out on Twitter. Very, very good. Yeah, no. Who was your man of match? Who was your man of match from last night? I'm gonna say. Well, I think Declan Rice played very well. But Declan Rice always played. But I might get him blind to Declan Rice because he plays so well every game. You sort of assume he's going to play well. I thought he just was. I don't think he even gave the ball away. But interesting. Need to paint them claret and blue top. Or could do actually. Yeah, I suppose they're unfinished, so you could paint them. Maybe we'll see. My son's off watching and just said, I like Russ. The man's got taste. The boy's got taste. You've brought him up very well, Simon. So there we go. Hello to young Simon's. What's his name? Let's we'll give him a shout out. That's what they call it, a shout out. Dawson, man of the match. He's off to his first football game next week. Brilliant. Is he coming? Is he going to the West Ham game? He's going on Wednesday. Controversial wife from the office day. I had Marmite toast for you. I was reading that the price of Marmite is going to go through the roof. It was on the front page of the Sun. Dawson, Diop, Rice. I know what you mean. I think Dawson, just because I thought he was absolutely superb. Absolutely superb, I thought he was. A real sort of old school performance against an old school type striker. I mean, Big Paul he's a big lump up front, isn't he? And he did all the old tricks, little niggles, sort of running alongside him, sort of not fouling him, but not letting him get the ball. And yeah, I think Dawson, I think you're probably right, Dawson. Can't decide between Dawson and Diop. Got to be Cresswell's left foot. Yeah, exactly. Charlie likes Russ as well. Thank you, Charlie Painter. Jack. Welcome, Jack. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure your dad takes you to McDonald's, because that's what we did with Flo once. So, make sure he takes you to McDonald's during half term. Too many good displays. But that's great, isn't it? That's great, lads, isn't it? It's like last year when we talked about Ham of the Year, and there was about 10 different people you could pick. And it was great that you didn't necessarily know who to pick. And I think it's the same here. I thought, you could go through the whole team. I wouldn't say Areola had his best game. Again, a little bit excitable. Is that a good way to describe a goalkeeper? But he is a little bit excitable, I think. I think you had, you had Cresswell, obviously. I thought Ben Johnson grew into the game. A little bit shaky stuff, but he was growing confidence as the game came along. Obviously, centre-back pairings. I mean, bloody Oggy and Zuma, there's two people right behind them who can go straight into the first team if they don't perform. I think Rice played well. He always plays well. I think Souček played a better game. Didn't look tired. And I thought Lanzini played all right. Not, his link play was just getting involved, bits and bobs. Yama was very creative, I thought. Probably one of his best games I've seen Yama play for a long time. So fair play to him. He pulled that one out of the bag. Vlasic tried. And Bowen, I thought Bowen was pretty relentless the whole game. Obviously, he swung a miss, and Carlton and Joe took the piss out of him on the BT Sport when he swung a miss for that first shot in the first half. But took his second goal. He took his goal well in the second half. And Ante's hamstrings, because they had a nice break. It was. Although he was still at the game, obviously. You might have seen him on the telly. Saving himself for Spurs, hopefully. Yama was massive, but would be better up front with Bowen on the right. Possibly, but I think Bowen just offers that bit of pace up front. And it's a different type of game, isn't it, when Bowen's up front than Antonio, for example, and even Yarmolenko. Because Yarmolenko, if you're looking ahead and you see a guy who's 6 foot, must be about 6'1", maybe 6'1", you're going to ping high balls to him to hold up. Whereas Bowen, you look up and he's a lot shorter than you're going to have to play it on the floor a bit. So we did a lot more sort of tippy tappy football, which I think suits Yarmolenko, despite being a tall lad. He's more when he's got the ball around his feet. And I thought, no, I'd prefer him on the right and Bowen up front rather than the other way, because I think Bowen has options, and it's sort of a movement. They sort of move around anyway, to be honest. Where's Peach? Don't know. Peach. Oh, there he is. He's in the house. Still need a striker. But are we ever going to get a striker? Or is it time to just put that one to bed? Unless a clone of Antonio, unless mini soccer builds clones an Antonio, and does one on 3D print, are we ever going to get one? I don't think we are, man. I don't think we are. Will Lingard get in the team when he signs? Cough. Who knows? That's what I think. I you look. I mean, we November coming into October. Soon it'll be Christmas, and then soon we're in January. So I think it's going to be a really interesting transfer window across the board, because obviously with Newcastle having money, that money will be spent, and then whoever they get in and be reinvested, and and there's going to be lots of money flying about. I thought. So we'll see. Thought the ref had a good game. let the game fly. I don't think he booked anyone. Not that I can remember. It's still confused. I still get confused with bloody the subs. I tell you what, really get confused about the subs because I forgot. I keep forgetting it's like 5 subs. So like, you know, he does a double. Oh, it's a bit early for a double sub. I keep forgetting. What we got here? Peach is back. Where's Jake? Considering it's half term. He's probably tired, didn't he? Went to the game yesterday. They had to drive back to Somerset, so he's probably a bit tired. I'm becoming a Hammers fan because of Hammerette. Dr. Prepper. Nice to see. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. If you're ready, give it a comment, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe. On the road to 10,000. What did you make of Onucho and Ito? Funny moves. Funny Moyes says he's never been interested in him, saying from him even to comment. Do you know what? Big Paul, I found really awkward. I was watching him doing like warming up, and they're doing like those little 1-2 passes outside the box, and he weren't in anything. But then he'd run in, someone would chop a, dolly up across. He'd nut it in all the time. So clearly that's what he does. He's not great on his feet. I'm a big fan of strikers who command more than one defender. I always used to love Andy Carroll when he had the bit between his teeth, because he'd always command 2 defenders. And then what Mikey was saying from the Genk fan was what you need to watch out for is not him scoring, but his link-up play with Ito, because Ito, he'd command 2 defenders and there'd be space for Ito, who's very nippy. I thought Ito was a very good player. I like him. Really nippy, all over the place. We couldn't really... He was on the left and he was on the right and our left, and Cresswell couldn't, he was quicker than Cresswell, and then he'd sort of move and drift. I really liked Ito. Big Paul I could take or leave, I'll be honest, mate. I didn't think he had a great game. He looked awkward. He looks clumsy. He's the type of player I think, like sometimes Colton was a bit like that, and he'd like, I'm sure, like, I could go on and YouTube Big Paul, and he had some beautiful goals, but he just seemed a bit awkward at times. A bit like Antonio. I mean, sometimes Antonio's bloody awful. He can be, and he'll miss a goal that anyone else would have shot, but then he'll do something really unpredictable. And I had that same feeling with Big Paul. And I always call him Big Paul because I know how to pronounce his surname. You need to find some mini cross hammers for that. Oh yeah, we can get some. I reckon I can get some. You can get some off like little wooden ones. I think that's gonna be really cool. Nice little project. I'm confused about the subs. I was too. I think just a number of subs. Obviously, Europa League, you can get 5 subs. Is that right, 5 subs? Yeah. And so obviously, and I think that's something new with the Carabao. Yeah, because obviously with the Carabao Cup, isn't it? When you get extra time, you get another sub. Or something, I don't know. Hi, Chris. I'm sorry to reply to your message the other day, but I did see it. Oh, you talk to each other. You talk to each other. He's definitely massive. He's a unit. He's a unit. He's really tall. He was towering over Craig Dawson. That was fine. What happened to Bubble? Please bring back. What do you mean, Adam? So obviously for the European games, we're sort of hamstrung in terms of what we can do. So we actually play the February bubbles before they come out. So UEFA have this sort of, for the, like in the Champions League, the champions, that type of thing. They do that. So we don't do the Kill Bill track. Down, 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 down. Don't do that because it's not deemed, it's not UEFA directive type thing. In the same way that we can't, so they have it's called the anticipation. And so it's about a minute and a half. And then it goes into the lineup, which is pretty much exactly the same. So we're sort of hamstrung about that, what we actually play and what we can't play. Although we did manage to get the okay to play bubbles when the teams came out second half. If that makes sense. Use another word for the nippy to describe Ito, just to be safe. Yeah, fair play. Very lively, very quick. Yeah, good point. Yeah, thanks, Luke. Always checking me. 2 eggs, bacon, chips, and a slice of bacon. Is that your lunch, Scott? Is that your lunch? Newcastle looking at Big Sam? No way. Well, to be honest, I think you've got to look at Newcastle in two areas now. Newcastle now is a relegation battle. Newcastle in the summer, hopeful for Newcastle fans, will be when it all kicks on. They've almost got to start their plans in the summer. They can't go down. They have to stay up. So for me, So yeah, it's we'll have to wait and see. But I think you'll get a firefighter coming in, so to speak, a firefighting manager, someone like Big Sam, in all honesty. But we'll see. That would be quite funny though. That would be quite funny. See, we got a 50 grand fine for the trouble at the first Europa game. Is that fair? Well, it's not necessarily fair, but it's where it happens. That's where the fine comes from. So if it happens in Vienna get the fine. So it's about there was obviously yesterday a lot more police. There's a lot more police, and there was far more segregation between the away fans and home fans. So yeah, it's they obviously were doing stuff to make it better this game, and I think I saw one chair from Genk be thrown over, and a few bottles of water. And that was, and you could tell because I think the camera actually panned in on the fans, and there's about 5 of them, all like this, all of their sort of, their face masks on, and all in a huddle, clearly knocking a chair out, and they threw it. But there was security all the way around. No, I mean second bubbles. What we used to have the second bubbles a few minutes later. Oh yeah, we're trying. Yeah, again, at the moment it's really weird because the Premier League, in terms of the timings, so we're trying to see what we can do to work it all out. I have made that point, but it's not in my hands, unfortunately. Big Sam couldn't save West Brom, but I think West Brom are too far gone. Huge 5 games coming up now before a small break. Looking forward to them rather than fearing them. That's it, Adrian. No, that's it. It's a change in mentality. Like nowadays, if we looked and we've got Man City, we're not like thinking, oh, that's a month. That's the month of death. It's not. For us, it's like, okay, well, that's some good opportunity to pick up good points, or we're going to have some good games. And in the same way that I think now we're and again slightly different, but we're a team which people are looking at now thinking, fuck, these guys are all right now. These aren't going to be a pushover anymore. Usually, City, you think, yeah, we're going to probably get rolled over 4-5-0. But now, no. And obviously Spurs, obviously, but it's our cup final on Sunday. Just remember, it's our cup final, but none of the first team outfield players who played at Newcastle travelled to Vitesse Arnhem. But it's not their cup final, though. Just remember that. It's not their cup final, but none of their first team played. And we had Declan Rice and Souček, and we had, Cresswell, and we had Bowen, but it's our cup final. Just remember, we are massive. Spurs still saying this is exactly that's what I mean. It's their. It's not our cup. It's their cup. It's not their cup final. Sorry, not their cup final. They go down. Russ. They've got some tough fixtures. We've all got tough fixtures. Is that why Spurs left all their players? Yeah, but it's not their cup final, guys. Just remember, it's not theirs. We both got fined 50 grand, but they have a game without fans as well. But they started all the trouble when we scored. At least there was none. I thought it was based on the fines were based on the venue, so to speak, because they failed to control the fans. But I don't know. You know better than me, lad, clearly. But so they got a game behind. Well, they were really bad. I reckon that was the worst. They were the worst away fans I've seen since. Or in the stadium since I can remember. I mean, even thinking like back to Millwall, that was our lot running on the pitch. Really, when Zavon Hines scored and stuff. If I remember correctly, that was us running on the pitch to Millwall. There wasn't like, they weren't coming on the pitch. That's probably the worst away fans I think I've seen in a stadium. I mean, I guaranteed there's people in the chat who would have seen worse. But there we go. Great show to Son. Great show too, son. Love it. Just hope keep it up, son. Love it. Okay, cheers, Ab. Great show. Cheers, man. We don't do it, laughing. I even had time to say hello to people, get people on the channel today. It's been so busy. And apologies. So I know sometimes I deliberately didn't put it today as Have You Say Friday today because I knew that people were going to be buzzing after the Europa League and people need to talk about stuff. Next week, we'll bring it back next Friday, I promise you. So Peach, I do apologise because I know Peach basically loves to chat with me. Peach, I didn't do your video yesterday because I was late in the ground. Okay, I always send Peach a little message to keep him happy, but I apologise. Okay, get Jose in. They got spanked. Well, Jose came in and said, "Oh, I love Newcastle because of my association with Bobby Robson." So he's touting, isn't he? But I'm not. But I don't want to go. But I love Newcastle because of Bobby Robson, and obviously he's there. There's a statue there. But I don't want to join. It's like Tottenham. It's not up their cup final, but they rested all their players for Sunday. Not their cup final. Look at last season, first 7 games, everyone was bummed out. But look what we produce. We can take on anyone. We can, man. We can, and that's what I love to see. Because we really can. And for me, that's what is what. That's what's fun. That's what's fun is we're going into every game now. So as soon as Thursday, Bowen was doing an interview at BT Sport with Colton and Joe after the game, and he says, "Yeah, now we've got like Spurs on Sunday, and we're ready for it." And and we're ready for it as well. As soon as that whistle finished, everyone's like, "Right, okay, let's get ready for Tottenham." And after Tottenham on Sunday, hopefully we've won that game. Or we had a really good performance. We got right, okay. We've got Man City in the cup. Might see a few youngsters, and there's all it's breeding itself. I love it. Newcastle should get Bilic. He was a good manager. West Brom made a mistake with sacking him. He's currently in China, isn't he? He's in China at the moment, I think. Don't worry, Russ. They want to win this game more than anyone. Spurs make me laugh. Peach makes his show on Friday. Oh, charming, thank you. It's not the cup, but it's not their cup final, Peach. Just remember that. Russ, you should do a call-in show or a video call in. It would be fun. We do, mate. We do occasionally. We do on a Friday. What we tend to do, Chris, on a Friday here is we'll do. Usually, we haven't got loads of stuff to talk about. Is you can come on and have a chat. And so yeah, we do that occasionally, man. Not other places do that as much as we do. But there we go. Good afternoon, Russ Hammers. Good afternoon, Titch. Hope you're well, my friend. Russ, have you ever thought of doing a version of Babe Station? I've got the boobs for it, that's for sure. I got the minge, got the boobs, I've got the music. All I do is just don't talk to you and just talk on the phone. Isn't that how Babe Station? I haven't watched it for a long time, so I don't know. I remember once. We was in our caravan, and it had been hired out before, and the person before was obviously having a bit of a laugh. So what they did was they set up. It might be Babe Station or something like that on the telly, and it like you could program it to turn on at a certain time. So midnight, and it was like we hadn't turned the telly on. We literally got in, we'd gone out to the clubhouse and come back, and literally midnight we were in bed because we're really hardcore like that. And the telly blazing loud, and it came on. It might have been Babe Station, it might have been like one of the porn channels, or whatever, with like. And my mother-in-law, she was like asleep on the chair, and then she walked out like that, and I walked in, and she's like, Russ, and there's like some naked girl on the telly. Oh, honestly, we wet ourselves. It was so funny. Really looking forward to Sunday. The first team picks itself. I'm confident the bench can make an impact as the fringe players are match fit. Totally. Great game last night. Thanks, Andrew. It certainly was. Yo, enjoyed that. Yes, Peach, I'm good. Everyone saw the Peach. First time in here. Great. Cheers, Andrew. Cheers, man. If you're new, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscriber. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. Feel free. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday every week. 12:30. We don't really talk about football. I mean, it's probably most people have spoken about football, in all honesty. But obviously later on today, we've got Anton be doing the press conference, David Moyes' press conference for the Spurs game. There'll be the rating show with Matt and Anton later on. Then we've got the preview show tomorrow night, the watch along, the build up for the Spurs game on Sunday, Dirty Spurs. And then hopefully I'll be joining you from the Supporters Club after the game to do some live reactions and stuff as well. I mean, I even turned up on the way. I was walking home yesterday, walking back to my car, and I was doing my little bit. It was great. And there was like loads of kids. We had about, I don't know, a dozen or so people come, hey, West Ham Network, how you doing, guys? So, if it was you, thank you. Don't be a stranger. If you see me walking around with my camera and my light, come and say hello. James Farmer and his son waiting for me to finish. Jump on. It's a community, it's a network, it's a group of people. So don't be afraid to just jump in the way. I love it. It's all good fun. Everyone's talking. We are massive, Wally World. We are massive indeed. I haven't even had time to eat. I was going to start my Wally's sour sweets he sent me. We'll start that on Monday. Something to look forward to on Monday. Start Monday. Brunch. Oh, nice brunch. Good that Antonio got rested. He's always good for a goal against Spurs. We are Wally. We hope you're well. It's good to see you, Wally. Hope you're well, my friend. As I said, loads coming up. As I said, I told you to be fucking sick of us by the end of the end of October at least. Because we've got so many games coming up, so much, and we want to, we want your opinions and stuff. So feel free to give us, in the chat tonight. Obviously, the ratings. I mean, Anton and Matt and Stato will be going through them. You have the opportunity to interactive to vote what you'd give them as a score, and then obviously the next day Daya will review our show of the review show, so the ratings show, and then the next day we'll review Daya's show of reviewing our show, and then he can review. Then your mind just melts. Good old days banter. We love it. Or maybe Jake might be on the show. I don't know who's on the rating show tonight. Definitely Matt, and either Anton or Jake. Maybe, I don't know. But loads of stuff coming. As I said, the watch alongs, make sure you get involved with them. If you can't go to the game on Sunday, if you are, make sure you get to the supporters club. Yeah, become a member. I'll be there after the game, hopefully, with me roving mic and my tripod. Who are Mrs. It's an extender, and happy to if you see me walking around and you want to chat, jump on, we can have a chat and all that type of stuff. We try and do it live, and it's all good in the hood. Yeah, Gooners tonight. I won't be watching that. Are they on tonight? Are they the is there a Friday night game today? Really? I was reading about Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin shot a woman with a prop gun. Oh dear. And apparently 1 in 60 have had COVID in the UK last week. A bit worried about that. Keep an eye on that. Yes, it is Arsenal, Aston Villa tonight. Russ, are you coming on my show? I don't think so, Chits, unfortunately, because I have to go back to work in a minute. They play Villa. That's a good one. That'll be good. Postponed. Oh no, they've postponed the 5th test to July 2022. Oh, okay. So yeah, Villa 10th. They can't go above us. Arsenal can't go above us unless they win 10-0, 11-0. So we're not moving anywhere before Saturday. And obviously we play Spurs on Sunday, 2 p.m. at the London Stadium. Anton will be on sort of probably at 1-ish or something like that with the preview show, with the build-up rather, with the teams, getting your score predictions, all that type of stuff. I'm talking about. Oh yeah. I'll do it one day, man. Yeah, I'll do you one from each team. Teacher does his thing. He's one from each team. The 20 teams in the Premier League, and you have to pick one from each team for your squad. I think it's your bench and your first 11. Yeah, let me have a think, and I'll get back to you. Man, I need to put 11 together. It's hard to put people without. So hard to only put one West Ham player, to be honest. To be perfectly frank. As Lee says, hit the like button. Come on, you irons. If you hit the like button, great. If you've got any comments, we had a comment today about doing more watch along stuff and things like that. Yeah, we can definitely see what we can do about in terms of call in, video, chat things. Yeah, definitely. Do you think fans are more accepting in London Stadium? I think, ladders, it depends about how the team are playing. At the moment, I haven't heard as many rumblings about London Stadium as I usually do. But we're in a good vein of form. And there's going to be people who don't like the light shows and the fire shows. But there's a lot of people on Twitter who do like the light shows and fire. And it is different. It's different than what we used to do. And I know it doesn't necessarily, it's not particularly traditionalist, but it's a spectacle. And football is a spectacle now, unfortunately. It is about, a little bit like I thought that I really enjoy the light shows. I think they're really atmospheric. They're special for the European nights because European nights should be special. And if we have special nights like like a semi-final or we play a game and we win it, we go to the Champions League or whatever like that, we should have those types of things. I think. I actually, to be honest, I drove. I parked in Westfield yesterday, and it took me hardly any time to get home, really. So, yeah, I think people are more accepting when the team are performing well. It's the last thing. It's just a shame it's taken 5 years to get there. Do you know what I mean? If we'd had such a good year at the Bowling, and then we'd moved, and then we had a really good year at the London Stadium, people would have been more acceptant of that. Do you know what I mean? I personally, but everyone's got a different opinion. Let's see what happens in the transfer to push us on. Indeed, London Stadium is massive. It is, and do you know what? Because I'm in my little box, and I don't really hear a lot. It's like soundproof. So like what's really great now is because we don't obviously play goal music and stuff like that, sometimes I can sit outside and sit in the stands and watch the game. And it's just so noisy. Like yesterday was so noisy. And maybe it's always that noisy, but I just because I'm in the box, I'm a little bit like, decent, like hypersensitive towards it. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I think it's definitely making things a bit better to me. Rob's afternoon, what a night! Still buzzing on my way for a wet lunch. Good, enjoy. We're just about to finish, but as I said, as always, we'd like to thank all our channel members. If you want to be a channel member, look at the join button, click that button. There's over 50 members we have on the channel so far. I saw the light show on my stream, loved it. Just need some cheerleaders. No, we've done the Hammerettes, mate. Do we need one more win to win the group or just one more point? I think we need one more. I think we need one more point to qualify out of the group stages. A second, I think, but we need another win. We basically need to win the group. If you win the group, we then don't go into 32. We go straight into the 16s. So that's what I reckon. I think someone did say it. Someone came up with a thing, but anyway. Russ, question of the day: what's coming up next week on the show? Who knows? Who knows? I tell you what, he's coming up. Oh yes, Simon, you'll fucking love this. And Scott, it may be a live show, or if not, it's recorded. Billy Horschel, Billy Ho, the golfer. He's coming on next week. He'll be on the channel next week. Billy Ho will be on the channel next week. So whether that's going to be a live show or it may be a pre-record, it could be a live show. I'm trying to because the clocks our clocks don't go back, is it? So I might see if I can get it do it as a live show. If not, it depends. I mean, he's got it's literally gonna be a 20-minute show. He's so busy. I've managed to get 20 minutes of his time. So we'll try and do it as well. We'll try and figure it out. We'll try and figure out the time frame, but I need to look at the time differences and where he's dialing in from. I don't know if he's dialing in from East Coast or Central, so I need to check all that stuff. But if I can do it as a live, we will do it as a live. If not, it'll be pre-recorded. But that'll be coming up next week. So there we go. And yeah, he is great. He is great. He is great, and he's a lovely bloke, big West Ham fan. Obviously, hasn't been like a fan for years, so he probably won't do much about like what. We'll probably ask. I said only 20 minutes, so we'll ask about his association with West Ham. We'll ask about him and being mates with Nobes and Deck, and what he thinks about the season ahead, his predictions maybe. I don't think even an 11 really, because he ain't just really, I don't know how long he's been a fan, in all honesty. So we probably won't have times to go for an 11, to be honest. So it'll mainly be like a Q&A. But yeah, West Ham need 4 points to lock the group. So there we go, Pete Gads, man. Can't wait to hear his story. No, me neither. Anyway, so as I said, we'd like to thank all our channel members, and we'd like to thank you at the end. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Come on, you Irons. Bring on Spurs. Let's have ya.
It's like a family tree.